We'd like to welcome everyone to the Temple of the Living God. My name's Carol Mitchell. This is Daniel Harris. We've got Alex Garrido on keyboard, and we've got Lonnie Nichols. Lonnie Nichols, who I just met him the other day, as a matter of fact, on drums. And I appreciate all of you very much. How about a round of applause for the Goodfellows?
For the band.
All right, we'd like to welcome you here, Temple of the Living God. Well, we hope you're having a wonderful day today. How about everyone in the house? Are you feeling good? Yeah, that's good. That's good. So if you folks on social media have a chance to come down and see us in person, that would be lovely. But keep watching the YouTube because we appreciate that very much. So we're going to start off with a Brown and Henderson song from 1931.
Yeah. Before I was born. Not by much. You're welcome.
This is called Life is Just a Bowl of Cherries. Yeah? Okay.
Life is just a bowl of cherries. Don't take it serious. Life's too mysterious.
You work, you save, you worry so, but you can't take your dough when you go.
Yeah, keep repeating it's the berries. The strongest oak must fall.
The best things in life to you were just loans. So how can you lose what you never owned?
So life is just a bowl of cherries.
So never laugh at it all.
Hit it, guys. So keep repeating it's the berries. The strongest oak must fall.
The best things in life to you were just loans. So how can you lose
What you never owned? So life is just a bowl of cherries. So live it, love it. Wiggle your ears and think nothing of it. You can do without it. There's no two ways about it. So live and you'll laugh it all. It's the pits.
Okay, today we have Reverend Marvin as our speaker, and his title is Not Yours to Keep. Now, doesn't that just make you wonder what that's all about? I'm looking forward to finding out, Marvin. Okay. That will be coming up very, very shortly. We'll just have to wait a minute for that. My selection for today is from a small book of inspirational readings called Faith in the Valley by Iyanla Vanzant. Some of you may remember her from all those years when she was a frequent guest on Oprah. Most of you remember Oprah, don't you? Good, okay. Time marches on. From Iyanla Vanzant. Dear God, please order my thoughts today. Place in my mind those things that are a priority to you. Those things that will establish divine order in this life you have given me. Take away the thoughts, habits, attitudes which create fear and keep me from being in alignment with your will. Help me to see things through your eyes, according to your law. Fill my mind with your will, your way, your desire for me today. Help me to see all things from a divine perspective today, a perspective of love, peace, and joy. And then, Lord, guide me to act accordingly. Now, the music we will be enjoying next has another intriguing title, Throw It Away. Today's service is full of mystery. Take it away, Carol and the Goodfellows.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Reverend Annette, because I was going to speak to that, because a lot of times you think of throwing it away as throwing the trash away or something like that. That's not at all what they mean in this. They mean give it away, you know, throw it away. And so I want you to listen to the lyrics of the song, because it's a great, great song, and it's very deep, and I want you to listen to it. It's beautiful. One of my favorites. I've lost, the things I gave away. And when I'm in a certain mood, I search the halls and look. One night I found these magic words in a magic book. It said, throw it away, throw it away, give your love and every day, and keep your hands wide open, let the sun shine through, 'cause you can never lose a thing, 'cause it belongs to you. There's a hand that rocks the cradle and a hand that helps us stand with a certain kind of motion. It moves across the land, and with hands unclenched and open, gifts of love life it brings. So keep your hands wide open if you're needing anything. You got to throw it away, throw it away. Give your love and live your life each and every day, and keep your hands wide open. Let the sun shine through. You can never lose a thing when it belongs to you. Garrido. There's a certain obligation to what we own and claim, possessing and belonging to it, acknowledging a name. So keep your hands wide open if you're needing love today. You can't lose it even if you throw it all away. You've got to throw it away, yeah.
Just wonderful, Carol. Carol and the Goodfellows. Give them another hand. We are so blessed. In preparing my talk for today, I reflected a little bit on the theme of the month, preparing our bounty. So I really became more aware of how expansive our English language is and how many definitions there are for bounty. The one definition that I felt that fit was generous gift or something freely provided. Freely provided. And so I'm going to take this talk to what Spirit freely gives us. Whether you say Spirit, God, Jehovah, radiant source of all life, that is the provider of the unlimited potential energy that we use to manifest our experience. Our good and maybe our not so good. But that's what we use. An unlimited potential, that energy. I liked Gonzalo Lever's talk. He reminded us to be mindful enough to think of being with Spirit and being in that silence and being connected and staying connected. Trust me, Gonzalo's really good at that. For me, I know that I'm not always connected, but I've learned when I'm disconnected, which is easy for me to get back on the path of being at one with Spirit and being at one with the community and at one in heart with all that is good. Now, why should we stay in tune with Spirit? Because if we don't stay in tune with Spirit, what happens is that we sometimes err in our judgment. But when we take serious matters into our heart and reflect on it and invite Spirit in, then when we're quiet and still, or at some time later, we'll get the answer that we were looking for. And I think that is so important that we remember this. I've been reading Catherine Ponder's book, The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity. Anybody else read this book? Oh, a few of you, and I'm going to tell you something. It's a recommended reading by me because it is an absolutely wonderful book. The way Catherine Ponder writes is so precise and clear, you can't miss it. So today, I want to just share a little bit about what she has to say on the dynamic laws of prosperity. And I'm going to start on page 144. The title of the story is The Most Exciting Prosperity Story Ever Told. Wow. Now, in this time, we have a lot of prosperity stories that could be told. But here's the one that Catherine Ponder thought was the most dynamic. Who would you think the story is about? Anybody? Okay, I'm going to tell you. The story is about the Hebrews. And that's the Hebrews of the Old Testament. Abraham had learned a secret from the Babylonians. who were among the most prosperous people of the time. What do you think was the secret? Anybody care to guess? It was tithing. That was the secret that Abraham learned from the Babylonians. So what Abraham did is he made sure that he gave 1/10 of all that he earned to the priest of Salem. He later taught his grandson, Jacob, to do the same thing. And prosperity for the Hebrews who were using the tithing principles was enormous. There was a time when the priest of Salem said, "Don't give so much." Can you imagine that? Saying, "Don't give so much"? But that happened because they found out the more you give, the more you receive. The more you give, the more you receive. And it was quite an undertaking for them to learn that lesson, to feel it, to believe it, and to move forward with it, and to receive the bounty from it. And everything was wonderful until we get to King Solomon. King Solomon had a different mindset. His was all about collecting, gaining, being richer and richer. That was his mindset. He went for more and more and more. He created laws, he politicked so that he could get more abundance. What happened was the Hebrews decided, well, we're not going to tithe anymore because we really can't afford to. And everything went downhill till the exile. Malachi, who was a prophet, kind of understood the situation of the Hebrews, and he said, hey, what we're doing wrong here, what we forgot, is to give, to tithe, to take care of one another, to do this in love. Things changed. They became more profitable. So I thought that was a very interesting thing that Catherine Ponder had brought forth. I want to tell you that she also brings forth this in that area. She says there's only one problem. Quote. And that is blockage. She also says there's only one solution. All you need. And that's circulation. And I thought about that. If things get stopped up, you're blocked. If you circulate, things start moving again, don't they? Life starts happening better for you when you allow everything about you to circulate. You know, our whole body is about circulation. In our minds, when we become that person that has this, I can't, I won't, I don't believe attitude, what happens is they create blockages in their systems. Starts with the mental, and it can work right into the body. And I thought about that, and I'm like, I understand that. Because I have seen that happen to people. I want to tell you a story. I was a bit younger. I was doing some work. This lady from church had invited me to come to her home to fix some plumbing. I agreed. When I arrived, there was clutter everywhere outside. I mean, there was just lots of stuff. It was in the fall, November. There was all the leaves laying on all this clutter. It was a mess. I knocked on the door. I could hear somebody saying, "Come in." I opened the door and walked through the threshold. Inside was worse. There was clutter everywhere. And I was just amazed. I mean, it was stacked. It smelled of old newspapers and books and stench like that. And as I got my way down the aisle to the chair where this lady was sitting, it was a burgundy chair, I'll remember that. I said, "I'm here to fix your plumbing." She says, "Oh, good." She pushes a button and the chair lifts her up to the standing position. She was a very robust lady. And so she showed me where the bathroom was. I fixed the plumbing. I came out and she said to me, she said, "I thank you for doing this for me. What would you like? Look around. You can have anything." And I'm like, all I need is cash payment for what I did. There's nothing else I need today, so please pay me. She did. She paid me. I had to ask, what in the world was you thinking when you collected all this stuff? She said, "Well, it's easy. I just go to these sales. When they have a price on something, I make sure I get it for a lot less. And then I bring it home. And I just put it wherever." And I'm going to tell you, wherever. When I left that house, I thought the universe had found a place to deliver all the junk. It was incredible. She was a hoarder. Everything went there and it stopped. When I think about that story, I heard not too long after that she passed away peacefully in that chair. The house was cleaned out and almost everything went to the dump. And I think about when we think about purpose, when we think about life, when we think about circulation, that's not the way I want to see it. That's not the way I want to live. I want to also tell you another little story. There was this little 5-year-old boy. Actually, he was 6. And he saw his mother on Saturday morning having a garage sale. And he saw his toys in the garage sale. And he said, "Why are you selling my toys, Mother?" She said, "So we can get you some new ones." Now, he didn't really understand prosperity principles at 6 years old, but he understood he was going to get some new toys, and so he was okay with it. Well, they sold all the toys, and he got some new ones. You see, that's a path of circulation. That's a path of circulation, giving and receiving. So he gave away the old toys, and he got some new toys. And I think about tithing, and here's my personal experience. When I was going to Unity of Dayton, I had taken a prosperity class there. The 4 Key Prosperity, that's right. And that was from Strutton Smith. When I took that class, I gave my 10% tithe. And of course they said, you'll never miss it. And I didn't miss it. A little bit later on, I sold my house for $25,000. And I talked to the minister at the time. I said, should I tithe on this $25,000? She said, well, you really don't have to, but do what your heart says. So I wrote a check for $2,500 and gave it to the church. 6 months later, I was looking at what I had accumulated in that 6-month period. I had rental properties that I accumulated worth $250,000. And I did that after I tithed that $2,500. God is abundant. When we understand that tithing principle, when we understand circulation, when we understand this, you can't outgive God. Is that right? Thank you. You can't outgive God. When you understand that, then you learn that giving from a cheerful heart, seeing that it's a blessing, you will always receive that back and greater. Isn't that wonderful? Indeed. Thank you so much for listening to me. God bless you. Oh, and guess what time it is? It's time to tithe. Can I have my ushers come forward? Let us just affirm in my heart, I know there is one presence and one power, God the good, flowing and circulating through me, through my tithe, through my love. Seeing that this church, this ministry, and all that it is supported. And we give thanks for that, and so it is. Thank you. And now we're going to have music from Carol and the Goodfellows.
Speaking of prosperity, instead of doing the put a little love in your heart, we're going to do a song that we're going to start as the song of the month next month. It's called the Prosperity Chant.
And you can start working on it right now by singing along with us.
Yes.
So this is a call and response song. So she's going to sing, you're going to sing. You'll figure it out soon enough.
Yeah, and he's going to lead you.
Oh, yeah. Let her
clap
rip,
your
Lonnie.
All right, here we go. What do I want? What do I desire? What will bring me to my highest good? What do I want? What do I desire? What will bring me to my highest good? Prosperity.
Prosperity.
I claim it.
I claim it.
Abundance.
Abundance.
It is mine.
It is mine.
Love.
Love
Flows through me.
flows through me.
I feel joy.
I feel joy.
All the time. Sing
All
it.
the time.
I can have it.
I can have it.
I deserve it.
I deserve it.
I claim it.
I claim it.
It is mine.
It is mine.
I can have it.
I can have it.
I deserve it.
I deserve it.
I am it.
I am
It
it.
is mine.
It is mine.
Sing it out now. Peace
Peace.
fills my heart. Fills my heart. I surrender.
I surrender
Everything.
everything.
Health. Let's hear it.
Health
Is my birthright.
is my birthright.
Passion.
Passion
Helps me sing.
helps you sing.
I can have it.
I can have it.
I deserve it.
I deserve it.
I claim it.
I claim claim it.
It is mine.
It is mine.
I can have it.
I can have it.
I deserve it.
I deserve it.
I am it.
I am it.
It's my time. Break it on down.
Lonnie Nichols on the drums, everyone. Anything I want,
Anything I desire. Anything that brings me to my highest good. Anything I want. Anything I desire. Anything that brings me to my highest good. I release and let go.
and let go.
I accept
I accept
what is mine.
what is mine.
I can have
I can have
what I want.
what I want.
And let spirit
And the spirit
direct the flow.
direct the flow.
Life is good.
Life is good.
Life is fun.
Life is fun.
Life is great.
Life is great.
This song is done.
Caught you off guard, didn't we? Hey, happy Sunday, everyone. We'll see you out in the lobby for some snacks, some fellowship. Don't forget, we have that book sale going on. Buy one book, get one half off. I'll be there.